And for the two older kids, they, again, perfectly understood this. They knew that Governor Romney was there to talk to me about business, and so they knew that they had to go off. They went off and did something else. Andrew, Patrick, and Sarah, on the other hand, felt as if, after the initial introduction, that was a little bit of a perfunctory amount of attention for them from the next President of the United States, and they were looking for a little more. So, we were sitting on our back patio, and I'm talking to Mitt, and out of the corner of my eye, we've all been there, right? We see like a little flash out of the corner of the eye, and you're like, uh-oh. And by the time you turn, Patrick is careening towards the next President of the United States on his rollerblades, and I mean flying at Mitt Romney. And he gets within about 2 feet of him, and then hits those brakes at the top that they have. Oh, he stops short, and he goes, "How you doing?" And you know, you need to know about Patrick. I mean, every family has one. Right? He's the straw that stirs the drink, right? Patrick's in a good mood. Everybody's in a good mood. Patrick's in a bad mood. Not so much. And so Mitt looked at him and said, "Doing great." And he said, Do you rollerblade all the time? And he's like, "Well, when I'm not ice skating, I play hockey." So we play hockey, and then all of a sudden there becomes this conversation back and forth between Mitt Romney and my 11-year-old son about hockey and what position he plays and how many goals he had last season and whether his league was a checking league or a non-checking league. And they're going through all this conversation, and Patrick's loving it. I'm watching Mitt have this conversation back and forth with Patrick, and then as Patrick is wont to do, Mitt finally asked him a question about hockey that didn't interest Patrick, and he said, "I don't know, see you later." And he turned around and skated away. Now you know the other dynamic that's going on here now, right? You already know what I'm going to tell you, which is that Bridget, who is our fourth and youngest, and as the fourth and youngest in a busy, active family, she is always struggling for attention. She always feels as if somehow she's the forgotten child. You know, that we kind of just, by the time we got to the fourth one, who knows? I'm sure she's fine somewhere. It's, right? I mean, once you get to that number, right? Again, once you get past 2, right? You're playing zone defense anyway. Right? You and your wife can go and play man-to-man offense. It's like, all right, it's zone offense, and what I find myself doing most of the time is when we're out in public somewhere, you know, you're paying attention to something else that other kids are with us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. On to the next thing. Well, Bridget saw Patrick getting all this attention from Mitt Romney, and so she decided it was time to make her move. And so onto the back patio comes Bridget Christie, 8 years old, doing cartwheels, somersaults, and handstands in front of the next President of the United States. And Mitt stops, she says, Bridget, and grabs her hand. There's lots of hard things around here. I'm afraid you're going to get her coming. And he walked her off the patio and onto the grass in the backyard. And he walked away with her, and for 5 minutes, I watched him helping her with the cartwheel, engaging her, and I could hear him talking about, so you take gymnastics class, how many days a week? And what's the latest thing you learned? And I could see she just had this huge smile on her face, and she's doing other tricks for him, and he's laughing, and Mary Pat and I are sitting there saying, "Oh God, let it end." Let it end before something really bad happens, right? And finally, seemingly without any grave national incident, Mitt comes walking back to the patio. I tell you that story to make this point. We've seen politicians interact with children, right? And lots of politicians are